All right, tonight is the night. The Africa Cup of Nations is at an absolute fever pitch with two colossal semifinals. We're going to unpack the tactics, dive deep into the history, and get into the key predictions for what promises to be a legendary night of football. So let's get right into it.
You know, at the very heart of tonight's drama is this fundamental clash of football philosophies. It's that classic story, right? The irresistible force meeting the immovable object. But tonight, that story is being told on two completely different battlegrounds. And yeah, this really sums it up perfectly. We've got two narratives playing out. On one side, you have a tense, tactical chess match, and on the other, a totally unpredictable, wide-open battle. Let's start with the chess match. First up, it's the legendary rivalry, Senegal versus Egypt. And when you look at their history, it tells you this is way more than just a game. It's a war of attrition, a battle where defenses, not attacks, are what win you the match. So, keeping all that in mind, let's start with just one single powerful number, 92%. What on earth could that possibly represent in a match that's expected to be this tight? Well, there it is. That's the confidence level for the number one prediction, that under 2.5 goals will be scored. And look, this isn't just a hunch. This is a conclusion that's drawn from a pattern that is pretty hard to argue with. I mean, the evidence for a low-scoring game is it's overwhelming. Just look at their history. 4 of their last 5 games had 1 goal or less. Right now, both teams' defenses are playing at their absolute peak. And then you've got a huge factor, fatigue. Egypt has been traveling, Senegal hasn't. So you can fully expect Egypt to play it safe, sit back, and try to conserve energy. It's a style that's worked for them for decades, just grinding out results in big tournaments. And yeah, that brings us right to this. Egypt is famous for this, for slowing knockout games to a crawl, playing for the draw, and then just taking their chances in extra time or a penalty shootout. They are absolute masters of that tactical grind. Okay, now let's completely shift gears, because the second semifinal tonight is the polar opposite of that. We've got Nigeria taking on the host nation, Morocco. So forget the defensive chess match. This one is shaping up to be an all-out offensive spectacle. But even with all the incredible attacking talent that's going to be on display, this game could totally hinge on one single critical vulnerability. And believe it or not, that weakness belongs to Nigeria. So what is it? It's being called the midfield hole. See, Nigeria's captain and their defensive rock in the midfield, Wilfred Ndidi, he's out, suspended. And his entire job, his whole reason for being on that pitch, is to shut down the opposition's creative spark. Without him there, Morocco's star playmaker, Brahim Diaz, could have the freedom of the park to just pull all the strings. And this right here is what makes this game so unbelievably exciting. You've got Nigeria, who have the most powerful attack in the whole tournament, with 14 goals already. But then Morocco has Brahim Diaz, a guy who is on an absolutely unstoppable scoring streak. Both of these teams have the weapons to punish any tiny defensive mistake. So what's the logical conclusion here? It's gotta be that both teams are gonna find the back of the net. With Nigeria's insane firepower, but also that new defensive gap, we are probably in for a real slugfest. But come on, you know football is never that simple, right? There are always wild cards, those factors that can come in and just completely shatter even the most logical predictions. So let's look at what could change everything tonight. Okay, first, let's talk about the external factors, and man, they are all pointing Morocco's way. They've got a massive home crowd of 70,000 fans behind them, the weather is perfect for their fast, technical style, and they've probably got a deeper squad to handle the quick turnaround between games. That could be a huge advantage later in the match. But then you have the individual game changers. For Senegal, it's Sadio Mane. In a game that's predicted to have almost no goals, he is the one player who can just conjure something out of thin air and break that defensive deadlock with a single moment of absolute magic. And for Nigeria, you have the reigning African Player of the Year, Victor Osimhen. Yeah, home advantage, tactical plans, that's all great, but Osimhen has the kind of raw power and skill that can single-handedly destroy any defensive strategy you put in front of him. He is the ultimate wild card. So when you stir it all together, the history, the tactics, and those game-changing wildcards, what does it all add up to? Let's put it all together. Here are the final predictions, ranked by how confident we are in them. Okay, number 1, our top pick, and this one is backed by just mountains of historical data, is for a low-scoring game between Senegal and Egypt. Next, we've got Morocco to reach the final. This one has strong value, capitalizing on that home advantage and Nigeria's defensive hole. And finally, a really savvy tactical play for both teams to score in that Nigeria-Morocco showdown.
And that leaves us with one last fascinating question to keep in your head as you watch the games tonight. Is it going to be the careful, disciplined team tactics that win the day, or will one moment of sheer individual brilliance from a player like Mane or Osimhen just tear the whole script up? Enjoy the matches.